What if I told you the reason you're not rich has nothing to do with money? What if it had nothing to do with the economy, your education, your age, or even where you started in life? What if it came down to something no one taught you in school, but something you can start mastering today? Jim Rohn, one of the greatest thinkers in personal development, once said, "Success is something you attract by the person you become." That single line changed my life. And if you let it, it can change yours too. Because wealth is not just money. Wealth is the result of self-transformation. In this video, if you choose to listen to it daily, will train your mind to think like the rich, act with purpose, and live with discipline. You see, being rich doesn't begin with a paycheck. It begins with a philosophy. Most people have dreams of wealth, but dreams without discipline are just fantasies. Jim said, "If someone hands you $1 million, best you become a millionaire quickly. So, you get to keep the money." That's the truth. Riches are not just about getting the money. They're about becoming the kind of person who deserves to keep it. And the real question is this: are you becoming that person? Or are you just hoping, wishing, scrolling, waiting? The average person is not poor because they lack potential. They're poor because they haven't learned how to think like the wealthy, the rich. They don't waste their mornings. They don't blame others. They don't spend hours numbing their minds with noise. They wake up with intention. They seek knowledge. They feed their minds before they feed their mouths. They read. They reflect. They risk. Don't join an easy crowd. You won't grow. Go where the expectations and the demands to perform are high. That's what Jim Rohn believed. That success requires standards. It requires separating from average. And yes, it requires pain. But the right kind. The pain of growth beats the pain of regret every time. If you want to be rich, don't start with chasing money. Start by building yourself. Every dollar you make will be a reflection of your value, not your human worth, but your economic value in the marketplace. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. Ask yourself, what value am I bringing? What skills am I sharpening? What problems am I solving? Because income follows impact. And the moment you become a person of value, money starts chasing you instead of you chasing it. So, what do rich people do daily that most people ignore? They don't wait for motivation. They build systems. They design their mornings. They learn from failure. They write their goals. They plan their time. And above all, they guard their minds. Jim Rohn said, "Stand guard at the door of your mind," because you can't fill your head with garbage and expect gold to come out. So, I ask you again, what are you feeding your mind with daily? Are you scrolling through distractions? Or are you immersing yourself in greatness? Riches begin in the mind. That's not just a slogan. It's a law. The person who becomes rich is not someone who gets lucky. It's someone who becomes unrecognizable from who they were 12 months ago. That growth doesn't happen in public. It happens in silence. It happens when you choose to listen to this instead of noise. When you study instead of sleep. When you rise instead of retreat. When you finally decide, enough. I will not live another year the same way again. That moment, that decision, that's where your wealth begins. Picture this. You no longer worry about bills. You give generously to the people you love. You travel. You wake up excited to live, not just to work. That future is real. It's not a fantasy. It's not reserved for the few. It belongs to the one who commits to becoming the person worthy of it. That person can be you. But only if you're willing to train your mind like the wealthy do. Only if you make this message a part of your daily mental diet. From this day forward, listen to this daily. Let it be your new ritual. Let it crowd out fear. Let it drown out doubt. Let it awaken your hunger. Write your goals. Speak to them aloud. Take action, even when it's small. Because every fortune started with one first step, one first book, one first video, one first decision to never go back. Comment below. I choose growth over comfort. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you feed your mind with power every single day. Share this video with someone who's ready to leave mediocrity behind. Someone you believe in. Jim Rohn believed in you. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to believe in yourself. Because if you want to be rich, you can be. But it starts here, in your mind, in your words, in your habits. Listen to this daily, until it's no longer a message, but a mirror.